There we go. Alright. Hello.
Hello.
It's D&D minus Francisco time.
It's always minus Francisco time.
No, he's made... I guess he missed one a couple weeks ago, didn't he?
He misses just as often now as he did before.
He's a busy guy. That pizza biz keeps you busy. I know how it is.
Not a time thing.
I remember when I stopped, like whenever I was a store manager, I was like, I loved it. It was great. You know, I like running my own store, and I felt important. And then I left, and I went to back to delivering pizzas, just delivery boy. And man, what a relief. I didn't realize how much, like, how stressful it was. I was like, I would sit back with my pizza bag and my pizza topper and see all these problems going on. Like, not my problem. Just walk out the door. People, I'd go deliver pizzas, and they'd be like, "This pizza's wrong." I was like, "Don't talk to me. Go call the store."
Call the store.
And I'd walk away.
Not my fault. See you later.
Where's my tip?
Where's my tip?
All right, I'm a delivery boy.
Fantastic.
All right. Well,
We don't want to kill the first 20 minutes with just random bullcrap.
Well, I know normally we do that for Francisco because he's such a chatterbox.
Yeah,
So
Francisco is really talking it up.
I thought this time we get straight to it. Skipping a lot. What do you mean skipping a lot? I think I'm all good. No frames dropping over here. What? Skipping for you too? Uh-oh. I blame Twitch. Okay.
That's not me. Yay.
Good for Break the Void, so I'm gonna say it's good.
We want to...
No frames dropping. I think everything's okay.
Yeah, I've got a question. Do we want to end a little early tonight?
No.
What? Let's hear it.
Do I want to?
Better
No.
be a good excuse.
Will I if you need to? Sure.
I have to wake up really early tomorrow.
Sucks to be you. We're not
As early as Joe.
special.
David's.
That had to be in the hospital today.
We're gonna end. We'll end at 11, and David will still be here for another 45 minutes.
Yep. We'll just leave the stream going. Him sitting here alone.
Tales of Zarik, the soldier.
Yeah, spin him
Let
a
me
web.
tell ya.
Spin him a
That's the
45-minute
time.
long web.
Tell us your full backstory in detail so we know what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need it on stream so we get a record of it. That way, there's no
The
change in
whole
the thing.
thing. Start to finish. No gaps. I want from when you were born to now.
That's the most difficult thing about DMing and streaming is I have to keep my story straight. Because when we played on the table, there was events that I knew that I had changed. I was like, no one will remember this, so I can just change it. I can't do that now.
I think you could. I think really honestly, you could probably still do that.
Oh, but Squeaky Yoda would pick up on it and he'd yell.
Oh,
At me.
Squeaky Yoda, is he going back? He's like, wait a minute. I remember 10 episodes. He said this. I'm gonna go back and check that VOD. Somebody will. You're right. Somebody is that guy.
I think I'm that guy.
Yeah.
You're that
also,
guy.
Isaac has joined us as well.
Isaac is that guy. I'm not that guy. You could change the story every 3 weeks, and I'd be like, solid. Let's take this guy out.
Yeah. Used to be able to have like I could go J.J. Abrams on this. Just whatever story I wanted. It didn't matter.
Got some lens players in there. Everyone will forget.
Hypnotizing lens flares.
Look at these lens flares. This
Oh,
is
I don't remember
incredible.
anything.
Yeah. Honestly, you know the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. I remember spaceships, lens flares, and Benedict Cumberbatch. But I think that was the second one. Not
That
sure.
was the second.
Yeah, I was watching that one. That's actually the exact scene I was thinking of when I made that comment. They're like fighting in warp, right? Shooting at each other and all that's in warp. And then like the Enterprise gets blasted with a torpedo or whatever and gets thrown out of the warp bubble. And then they're fighting some more, and then all of a sudden something blows up and then it crashes into Earth.
Yeah.
It's like, how did they end up at Earth? It was like they were in the middle of nowhere in space, and all of a sudden it's crashing on Earth.
They warped to Earth.
Earth was like,
Yeah, whenever I get knocked out of my warp bubble, I'm always right next to Earth.
That's what happens, dude. All tunnels lead to Earth.
Let alone the fact that apparently photon torpedoes go faster than the speed of light as well.
It's all about-
released.
It's all about how long you're in there. Well, if they release the torpedo while they're going the speed of light, does it go faster than the
See,
speed
now
of
when
light?
they're in warp, though, they're not.
I
they're
mean-
not going the speed of light. They're warping space.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
but
It's the Michio
once
Kaku thing.
once
Where
the
they're like,
once the torpedo leaves the static warp bubble, it should drop into normal space.
and then just arrive.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. Science of
There's
Star
so
Trek.
so many. Yeah.
I
total
was about to
bogus
say the
science
same
of
thing.
Star
I was
Trek.
worried this would be a Star Trek free episode.
What about
Like none of the original series of TNG ever had fights in warp, and I think that's because Roddenberry was like, that wouldn't work.
what about the what
Yeah.
about the you die every time you use a transporter thing? That's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The transporter thing was just because they didn't have the budget to set shuttles down on planets.
I know, but
Stick some glitter
The
in the
way
water
that-
and spin it.
the way
Yeah.
the way they describe it working means it kills you and then rearranges you back on the
Mhm.
other end, and then that clone of you thinks it's you.
That there's kind of an episode about that in Next Generation. There's Thomas Riker.
So we watched those in order just recently, and like 2 episodes before that one is, or maybe not 2, a few episodes before is when Barclay is like stressed about the
transporter
transporter,
psychosis.
and then
Uh-huh.
LaForge is like, there hasn't been a transporter accident in years.
Yeah.
And then that one happens just like a couple episodes later, and then there's another
I mean,
one.
it was years ago, so
So if that kills people, then the Willy Wonka kills people too, right? Where he like turns you into TV waves and puts you in the TV in the original Willy Wonka.
sure.
That's the same. That's the same technology. Star Trek just ripping off Willy Wonka.
You know, maybe you die every night. You go unconscious, and then you.
I've heard that too.
Huh?
You watch CGP Grey, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's where. Yeah, I think that's where it was.
Yeah, CGP Grey. Love that guy. Listen to his podcast. It's great.
All right, so last week was just fighting, just a slog. You guys
was a slog.
rescued the prisoners, sort of. You gathered up the prisoners. You're in the heart of Lizard Folk lands,
Mhm.
and you tracked, stomped.
Polly doesn't like Willy Wonka apparently.
You sauntered
Trudged.
through the hills, and you were being chased by some lizards. You had a bit of a fight. Spell slots are gone. Everyone's all worn out and exhausted. You got over the hills and through the farms, and eventually made your way to a river with these prisoners in tow. But they were having trouble keeping up, and some of them disappeared. You're not sure if they got lost, or they're dead, or whatever. You made it to a river, hopped aboard a dwarven trade boat, and got to the other side real quick, and then escaped into the woods, back at the wood cabin in the woods near the town of Intara. You're at Calum at your map at the moment, and you have, of what's left, you've got 15 people made the trip with you. The other 17, I think you saw 7 of them die.
We saw some of them die.
You saw 5 of them. You saw 5 of them die. The rest you don't know.
Fantastic.
But you got 15 of them there with you. And you're hunkered down in this cabin here in the woods, about an hour or so away from Intara. This is the same place you guys are at with the underground, but it's empty. No one's here.
We covered our tracks.
Yes, you did cover your tracks, and you,
Very
you
well.
think you lost the lizards on the way here.
Listen, we lost half of them. That's pretty good. Considering
I think
how
we're gonna-
haggard we were.
I think we're going to try to take a long rest here and then pick up again tomorrow at night because we got there right after sunset, right?
Well, it's
so-
it's a little. It's probably around 11 or 12.
Okay, good
'Cause
enough.
you hit
Like,
sunset
we got
at the
there
river.
short, not too long after dark.
Yeah.
And we only want to move at night, so I think we're going to try to long rest here.
Who wants to be on watch? You also got the other 15 that are here.
I will
know,
watch
Hanging around. You guys
all
can't.
4 hours of it.
You can't all
I
fit
can-
in the cabin. It's just a little,
It's got a basement too, doesn't it?
Nope, that's a different place.
That's in
God
the
dang
town.
it!
It's just a little, like a little hunter's cabin. It's like a 10 by 10.
You know who could be on watch the whole time? Krog.
I'll be on watch for all the 4 hours where I meditate.
I will I will ritually cast Liam's tiny hut outside, and I'll stay in that, and I'll watch. I'll take a watch, but then I'm resting the rest.
Okay.
Oh, let's see if I have a warbly voice.
So
How about we all stay outside in the hut, and everybody else can have the.
Yeah, we can. So we can sleep outside. That's fine.
We're
fine.
still in the hut. We can set up like a little tent in there, something get comfortable.
Yeah, we've got like bed rolls and stuff. We'll be fine. Lean twos.
you don't have anything for lean-tos unless you want to go salvage some up. But
Turn my bedroll
some
into
of
a hammock.
them can fit in the hut. Others will be outside. Okay, so just give me a watch if you're on watch.
I'll take the first one.
Okay.
The
I'll take second and on.
Natural 20, 27.
Minus your exhaustion.
So what, 20.
4.
and you're the first watch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So with that watch, it's noisy. It's noisier than it was before. As in, there's not a lot of animals, but you can occasionally catch a torch going by. You're not that far from the town, and you get the idea that the lizards are trekking off the road a bit, and there is some patrols going around. Can someone give me a survival, just to make sure that you kind of tuck yourselves in easy. Whoa.
Yeah, I got you.
That's okay. Nice.
Sunny cheeks.
Yeah, I'll do it once I get Tailspire open.
Okay.
I was too busy talking about Star Trek.
I know
It happens, you know?
We don't usually start
Yeah.
before 9.
Have you been watching Picard, Michael?
Yeah.
Did you notice in the latest one they used the TOS transporter
I-
sounds?
Yeah, they also used it at the very beginning. I noticed a few times where they sound like that doesn't belong there. Where it's
Yeah.
like on the bridge. A lot of the bridge sounds are from TOS.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening here?
Yeah. It's like they've just like
Is this a Constitution class?
they're like throw every noise we've ever made in there. Someone will hear it and they'll love it.
Well, they're going.
I heard it and I did not appreciate it.
How do we appeal to the broadest audience of old people who watch Star Trek?
They even had like the little leaping dog from remember Spock's the radar. I think it was like a radar or whatever thing. That was always just constantly chirp at Spock station, and they had that going also.
No respect.
I had the wrong mic selected. There we go.
What board are we on here, Bob?
Just the default.
Oh, okay, we're just here in the middle. All right,
Yeah.
cool. You know what you should get hyped for, Michael?
Hmm?
What am I rolling? Survival?
Yeah.
The new episode of the podcast tomorrow is going to be great.
Oh yeah.
It was.
It was a
It's
good
not
one.
like a character, like
I
a
rolled
class
poorly.
overview thing, is it?
No.
Not a fan of those.
You know what's funny is Brian's a big fan of those. That's
Oh,
his
really?
favorite episodes. I rolled poorly on my survival.
Okay. So there's a couple close calls where like the lizards seem to get a little closer, but everyone manages to stay quiet, and it's going to be difficult staying here in the daytime. Like you feel you've got the nighttime cover,
Yeah.
but daytime's going to be a risk.
We're going to leave right away, though, right?
You won't get your full
Oh.
rest in if you leave.
Yeah.
You will get a short rest.
What's nearby? Nothing.
Well, let me show you a map.
How close are they getting?
They are getting... Well, you don't notice it, but Saren's the one who notices this, and he knows that they've got bad eyesight. And if they had the eyesight, like if they had eyesight like he does, they would see you. It's just too difficult keeping everyone quiet around here. Hiding this many people in this spot, this close to town, is it's working now, but it won't work in the daytime if they keep coming. on his watch, his 4-hour watch, he saw 3 different patrols go by. They each have 4 lizards with them.
Oh yeah. Well,
When I wake up to take my watch, if he conveys that, maybe I'll consider doing some things about that. Or trying
Yeah,
to.
I will tell you everything that I saw.
Okay. So, when I get up, do I think that it would be possible, perhaps with Sunny Cheeks' help, to sort of camouflage this place a little bit with like leaves and branches and things?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, so I'll let
That's
him sleep, and then like just before morning, I will try to wake up.
that's
Sunny
what your
Cheeks and-
survival check was. It's basically that.
Hmm.
And so it's going to be a challenge, but basically just
no.
DC's going to be a little higher. But you can try again, essentially.
Okay.
And a little
Whoever
more.
tries, I will guide them.
I was survivaling as in trying to find spots for people to like be without being out in the open.
Yeah.
If you want to try to disguise it, that's gonna be a different. We'll just roll it again, basically. A little
Okay.
higher check.
Okay, I will take the second watch, and then like I said, I'll wait for Sunny Cheeks to get like the night's sleep, and then I'll wake him up before sunrise, a couple hours before sunrise, if it's possible.
Okay.
And start looking around for stuff to help camouflage.
Yeah. So morning comes. I think you got. Who was on second watch? That was you, right, Isaac?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll that perception. Did you roll it yet?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll yours.
Yeah, I did second watch and every watch after that because I only needed 4 hours of meditation. So.
Okay.
12.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty quiet, but you do pick up the occasional flicker of a lantern. You don't
Okay.
see what Saren saw. Like they're not getting that close.
All right, we ready for this survival check?
Mm-hmm. Morning.
guided.
Twilight hours. What's happening here
Can I give
I
him
would-
advantage with it?
with
Since I'm,
survival?
like walking around to help
Yeah,
him get
yeah,
the
that's fine.
supplies and stuff.
All right, there's one. Ooh,
Hey, there we go.
You got
Okay.
guidance too.
what does that give? Plus
D4.
D4.
You
Get
managed to find a like a little not a big cave but like a bear cave, just 100 feet north of you, and it's decent enough size that you could probably hide out in there without. You think that's probably a good spot. You wouldn't be able to. You don't have enough to camouflage everything, but you could stash everyone in
Move
there
everyone
for the
in here.
daytime if
Okay,
you wanted to
we'll do
hide out
that.
here.
Definitely.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Time-
need that long rest.
Time ticks on, and is anyone watching? Is that you, Isaac?
Yeah, I'll be watching.
Okay.
anything
You have
that-
sight on
that's there.
the cabin as you're in this cave, and you see a pack of lizards come by, stop at the cave, and they're looking around. They stop there for a while. They're there for a good 10 minutes, looking around, and this is closer to noon. And
they're outside the cave that we're in.
outside the cabin you were
Oh,
you
okay.
were at, and you guys have moved to the cave
Gotcha.
just in the north. And they are looking around for about 10 minutes. They look around and then they move on, but they give it a good look over.
Okay. I'll tell everyone. I think they know about the cabin now. We will definitely have to go tonight, as soon as it gets dark.
Okay.
I'm
know where we're
still
going,
out.
right?
I'm exhausted.
What's that, Eric?
We are. Do we know where we're going? That's why I was asking everyone else. From here, do we know where we're going?
We're headed west until we get back to that fort outside of Port Illidan.
Gotcha.
I believe is the plan.
All right.
Okay. Now the day goes on. You see another group around 6, so it's getting a little bit later, another group comes up and goes to that cabin again and looks at it even longer. They go around, they go inside, they walk around. Again, it's 4 lizards. One of them seems to be a little more in charge. This is like the one you guys fought that group and you had one lizard that seemed to be in charge. It's one of those guys. And he's saying something. He's saying it quietly, so if you want to try to, you can try to roll a perception check, but it's gonna be very tough unless you want to get closer.
Can I guide myself on that?
Is that a verbal?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna.
I would just try to read body language. I can't understand Draconic anyway.
Go and give me perception.
Oh, it almost got to that 16. 7.
17.
17. He is very interested in this place, and he's pointing at some things. Maybe he's pointing at footprints. He points inside the cabin, and just your body language is telling you that he suspects that there was activity here recently.
To be expected.
And he's here a good 20 minutes, but they are good 20 minutes, and then eventually they move off and head back towards the town. That sun is setting. Getting dark. It is dark, and you get your long rest.
Hooray!
Holy cow.
Now you're 1 point of exhaustion down.
Now you
Still
only
got
got
2.
2 points of exhaustion.
Wow, I'm exhausted.
I'm
Still
still
feeling
real
pretty-
tired, guys.
I'm still feeling pretty tired,
You
guys.
guys go along without me. Can't make it.
You know, a sled and pull you.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
We're heading west.
One of the prisoners
be on-
is
I'll be on point.
we'll say Maldi. Maldi is the sort of the one that's kind of taken over for taking charge, basically. And she comes up to you guys and she's like, what are we doing? What's the plan? We got us this far, and now we're just sitting.
Well, now that we are a bit rested, we are going to continue to head west. There's a fort we think we can get you to.
Okay, and we're just gonna leave everyone that lost, just leave them behind?
We can't go back for them. They are gone. It is unfortunate, but there's nothing we can do for them now.
Just,
If they were able to hide, then maybe they can get themselves out, but if they are hiding and the lizardmen didn't find them, it is unlikely that we will find them before we find lizardmen.
well, we'll try to stay close.
Just nod and go take point.
Okay, they gather up behind you. Give me a perception and a survival as you guys begin marching west. How do you want to get there? So, you look at the map, my local map that I have here. You can see it on the stream too if you got the stream pulled up.
Yeah.
I
I would like to suggest that we sort of form a box around them. Like put me in the front, put Sunny Cheeks on the south side, and then put Zarik on the north side, and Saren bringing up the rear.
That makes sense.
Frog's in the middle.
Krog says,
Krog's in the middle.
I'll keep an eye on the prisoners.
Prisoners? Krog, they're just people.
They look like prisoners. My mistake. Okay. Give me them rolls.
What are we rolling?
I need someone to give a lookout person and a safe path person. Also, I need to know what the direction you're going and
I
how
got
you're going to go
+7
there.
in both, so anybody have...
Oh, I perceived and did poorly.
If you kind of want to, if you want to follow the road, or if you want to veer a little bit further northwest, what you want to do?
What did we do when we came out here? How close to we were on the north side of the road, right?
Yeah, you were about 100
Give me
yards. You always stuck about 100 yards from the road.
I
There
think
we
we
go.
should go a little bit further from the road this time.
Okay.
Since we have a group of people.
So,
Okay.
which of these checks was which? We had Isaac on. We had Isaac looking around.
Isaac's on lookout.
I'm not seeing anything. It's all clear.
The druid is on path, tracking and path,
okay,
and make sure
path,
there's
okay.
making
Right.
sure you're pathing, not make sure you're going the right direction, basically.
Yeah.
Which you are. Nice roll.
Thank you.
So we're still gonna with about double the distance. That sounds safe. Is what you were before. About
Sure.
200 yards from the road.
Sunny Cheeks will be that sort of the barrier between them and the road.
Yeah.
So he can keep people from going too far south.
Okay. So as you are walking, and there's a few spots where you get a clear look of the road, and you see a lot of activity. There's a lot of activity on the road. A lot of lizard folk. It's much busier than it was when you came in before. Occasionally you get a look at that direction of the road, and it's quiet, nothing there. But this time there's a lot of every time you pass by an opening where you can see there's a group there. It's a good sized group, not just the four also. And you end up making it back to that ridge line where you guys were at that before, but you're further up the way. And it's a big open stretch. You know there's patrols that go that way. In order to get everyone to pass that, you could figure out how to get, if you want to stealth through there, if you want to cause direction, what do you want to do to get through that open stretch? Because there's that 150 foot whatever gap of trees before you get to tall grass that has sort of been cleared out from the pathing of the. You remember that when we were here before?
Vaguely. How long did it take us to get across back last time?
You just fought there. Remember, you guys were in the tall grass. And you had that opening spot where the lizards would track.
That's where we ran into Krog's friends.
Yep.
Okay.
You're a little bit further north, but it's the same situation, and you can just barely see the road all the way out there. But you've got a line of the trees which you guys are at, kind of sparse trees, but enough to be hidden in. You got this kind of low grass, and then you have the high grass about 150 feet away. You can clearly see the road has a lot of activity on it, even more than you've been seeing before. And there is a patrol, but it's going north. Nothing is coming your way at the moment. But, if 20 of you just go walking out into this open, you're going to be seen.
Yeah.
Don't pass without a trace there, buddy.
It is... it's just getting dawn right now.
I can pass without a traces.
So there's a little bit of light hitting you now.
Once we get past this, are we do we think we should be home free towards the fort?
As long as you're quiet enough, yeah. This was from here to the fort was quiet.
Okay, I think we should just go with pass without trace.
Yep.
Sort of get clumped up a little bit so we can all fit within the radius, and I'll be out in front as far from you.
Does that cover everyone? I thought it was a limited number.
It doesn't have.
I think it's as many as you want within
Each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, so it's everyone within 30 feet.
For some reason, I was thinking, that was like a limit. Okay, that works.
Check can't be tracked except by magical means.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even read this part. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of passage.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice.
I didn't know that either.
Why we're passing without trace.
I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? If you use that spell, then I don't need a roll. You guys are good. You are silent,
Okay.
and it's dark enough that you can make it, like one by one running. I guess you have to stay the other way, don't you? But you can. You can move
within 30 feet.
Is it casted within?
Okay.
Yeah, you have to stay with. So you can make it as a group.
Yeah, because it's for the duration. Each creature you choose within 30 feet. So I guess if we wanted to, he could go with a small group, come back, and then go with another small group.
Yeah. However we want to do it, we can get them across.
Yeah, you can make it. You're quiet enough. So you make it to tall grass, and from what you understand, you're pretty much home free. You've got the tall grass. You guys can stay down in, and there wasn't really a lot of lizard folk this way before. You've got just another few hours, and you'll be at the fort. However, as you are slowly making your way through this grass, the sun's starting to peek up behind you. There's a large... You crest this hill in this tall grass and shrubbery area, and there is a very large group of lizards. Like, there's an army in front of you. It stretches from basically the road up to the tree line, which is where you guys are in right now, the tall grass line. So there's probably 300. There's a large group of lizards, and in the back you can see there's 3 of those mage, those hooded folk, and the rest
They're standing in our way?
They are... Well, okay, so you're on a tall grass, kind of cresting a hill, and down the way you can see the road that continues west.
Okay.
And on that road, just to your south. So if you go straight, you'll just go by the very north flank of this. Is 300 of them, and they're all standing in a formation, 3 deep and 100 wide. Plus,
do we see any resisting army coming, or they're just standing there?
They're just standing there.
Can we get around them?
You could go further north. Yeah. Yeah, if you go wide enough, you can get... Yeah, as long as they stay there, you can go around them.
I mean, that's definitely the plan.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to fight an army.
Where's Finn? I need Finn. I need Fireball.
At least we can tell people that there's an army of them coming somewhere.
Someone, yeah. We read someone that matters. Yeah.
Okay, how long to the fort?
You've got... you're right about at the crossroads, and that fort is just beyond the crossroads. So you've got about another 2 hours to be at the crossroads.
Okay. Let's get going.
Okay. So
As soon as we get there, I'm going to inform the commander, whoever the MOD is, that there's an army sitting out there about 2 hours away.
So you make it past the crossroads, you cross the road, and you continue on down, and you can see the fort in the distance, and you make your way to the fort. And the fort, just from as you walk up there, you can tell they know. They are quickly running around and strengthening, and yeah. And as soon as you guys come up, someone on horseback comes riding up to you guys, and it's the same guy you talked to before. Whenever you guys came into the place, and he looks you over and he nods at you and he sees he understands what happened.
Yeah.
And he kind of nods for you to come in, and they open the gate and they bring you guys in.
I'll ask him, is Sam around?
No, I haven't seen Sam in a long time, since he was here last.
Okay.
But
we should maybe at some point consider sending a message to him and tell him that that cabin is compromised.
Yeah, I can do that now.
Okay. Will do.
I'll cast sending to Sam.
A Calum cabin.
We need to tell these people about that big scary army.
They knew.
Oh,
Yeah,
they knew. Okay.
We know.
We know.
And as you guys enter the camp, you can see that everyone is frantically trying to arm themselves, and there's maybe a couple hundred in this fort, and they have bows and swords, and they are preparing as much as they can. But you can see there's a layer of terror amongst the humans and half elves.
Do we see who's in charge here?
You don't see the main guy, but the guy that you were talking to is sort of like a lieutenant.
Okay, I want to inform him. Like, if they come, make sure your archers aim for the robed figures in the back first.
Is there anything else there you saw that may help us?
There was 3 of them in the back. They will, if you don't take them out quickly, they can decimate entire areas.
So you didn't see any of our mages out there?
We didn't, did we?
No.
Yeah.
No, we didn't see anything.
So we requested a detachment of sorcerers from the name of that town.
From the name of that town.
From the academy. That's where they station them. But we haven't heard anything.
That would have been from the south, right?
That would have been from, well, it's basically a straight shot east northeast to that academy, but they would have to come a little bit south.
Okay. I was thinking it was somewhere else.
It's along near the mountains, pretty far east from you guys were at.
Okay, yeah, we just informed them. No, we didn't see anyone.
All right. If you need anything, well, we probably can't help you.
You guys didn't happen to see a dragon, an adult dragon fly by?
We got enough problems, but no dragons. And he seems like he's in a hurry, so he leaves, goes back to getting things organized. In the camp, you don't see anyone that's not military in here, but everyone is busy trying to get things organized. You don't see anyone that's really like hanging around.
How long of a walk is it from this fort back to Port Illidan?
This was a 3-hour walk. I think so
Okay, and it was a safe walk, right? It wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we send the rest of these people back towards Port Illidan? There's no need for them to be here.
True. They could just go. They're of no use here.
Although there was, I'll ask either that lieutenant or one of the soldiers. Has there been any word from Port Illidan? Is it still the same as it was a few days ago, or however long that was? That we last were there.
Yes. Someone you got an archer getting things organized. As far as I know.
When was the last news you heard from them?
Oh, we get we get our rations from there. It was about a week ago.
Okay.
Why? And you can see this.
Yeah,
He's
that
young.
was-
He's a little nervous.
Just, trying to see what's going on. We were about to send some people, making sure it was safe to go still. Should be, right? Yeah.
Should be.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna not talk to him anymore. I'm gonna gather him party and say maybe we should walk them there. If there was like worries about some of the other cities vanishing along the coast.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get
Right.
these people.
Everyone
to
else
the
remembers
safe
this,
spot.
right?
I don't remember.
Water
this.
water elemental
Yeah.
that was released.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That wasn't our fault.
That wasn't our fault. Why does it matter if it was our fault? Just wanted everyone to know.
If you go around just shouting, "It wasn't my fault," then you think it's
Listen, sometimes you just gotta let people know it wasn't our fault this time. We did a lot of dumb stuff in the last campaign. That definitely was
not
our
us.
thought, but not us. All right.
sending the commoners back to the port.
We're gonna
I think so.
escort them back
I
to
think
the
we should
port, right?
escort them because make sure the port's still there.
Okay.
Before we just potentially
far
send all
away?
these people we saved to a place that's no longer there.
2 to 3
3
hours.
hours
Probably
away.
3 with all these people.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
we
we
can get
need
within.
to. We need to get
Yeah.
there and get them there and come back and help these people. There's going to be a fight. We could at least
Sure.
try and take out the mages while they deal with the main army.
What?
Seems reasonable.
Seems odd that they couldn't get more than this many people.
Did you send a message to Sam?
Oh yeah, I need to do that. I'm gonna send a message to Sam. What cabin? What's the name of that cabin? Where is it?
On the map it says Calum.
Okay. Hey Sam. The cabin in Calum
Compromised.
compromised.
Lots of kuh.
Don't go back there. We got 15 of the people out. Stay safe.
Saren, that you? We got a problem. Ivory, they're all dead. Everyone's dead. Hello? Can you hear me? Saren? Saren? He cuts off.
Yeah, sitting there waiting. Oh, it's got to be 25. Oh no, that one's okay. That one's got to be 25.
I think we might have a problem, fellas.
What
Sam
did Sam
said,
say?
Sam said everybody's dead. Ivory's dead.
Everyone who? He's still alive.
We send another message.
I don't remember who Ivory is.
Ivory's the town, which was occupied by lizard folk at the time. So
Hey Sam,
we could.
you only have 25 words. And to the best of your ability, tell me where you are and what is going on.
I am outside Ivory. People are here, but they're dead. Everyone's dead. I don't know how to explain it any better.
5 words.
He's mentally counting. They're just all dead.
Apparently everybody in Ivory is all dead. But it was lizard folk, right?
That's what I thought. I don't know why that's a bad thing for him.
Hey, hang on. Let me go to. I'm gonna go up to the captain.
Let's go up to a payphone.
Yeah.
You said something about mages coming in. They wouldn't go to just straight in there, would they? To Ivory?
No, they'd go around. We have a route south of their line that we can get supplies to and from. We're pretty much cut off. We're pretty well cut off, but the mages can make it over here if they need to. They can take a ship up the river, and we got a path just to the south.
When do you think that lizard army is going to be attacking?
I don't know. They've been out there for a day now.
Well, I need to cast another sending spell, but it's my last 3rd level spell, and I need to rest after that.
I don't know what that means. I don't understand that. I don't mess with that magic mumbo jumbo.
There's no need to cast another one. We can either go there or we don't go there. Us telling him whether we're coming isn't going to make any difference right now.
Well, I'm kind of curious as to who's dead. Is it the lizard folk, or is there someone else there?
I don't know. It seems like he would say. It seemed like he would tell us if it was good or bad, and it sounded like it was bad, so I don't know.
You know who you should really send a message to?
Omira.
Omira?
Speaking of Omira, did we see whenever we saw the fireballs and all that stuff going off? Was that at the fort, or was that further south towards Ivory?
At the fort.
Okay. You could send a message to Omira, but we have not gotten these people to safety yet. That was part of the condition.
Yeah, let's get these people to safety, and on the way there, I'll send a message to Omira.
Okay.
Okay, let's pack up. Start heading down the road.
Yep.
Let's hear your
Pack it
message.
down the road.
Hey, Omira, are you safe? We almost have these people to safety. Let me know what's going on. You only have 25 words.
2 left. Good job.
Hi, Saren. How are you? I'm just here with my friend Marin. Where are you at? He's real curious about you. I understand why. That was 20, right?
That was 25, I think.
Yeah, right.
Do we know Marin?
Never heard that name.
Rhymes with Saren.
I'm out of this level 3 spell slot, so I can't cast it.
I suppose if she needs our help, she can come find us.
Have any of you heard of a Marin? It said that there's a Marin that's curious about us.
But none of us know that name?
Mm-mm.
No, not me.
Tariq shakes his head.
Let's
I
get
have
these
not
people to safety, and then I need to. I'm still pretty worn out, and so I need to
Alright, here's the thing.
try and
Why
get
don't
some more
we
rest.
start heading east after we
East is where he just came from.
You just picked
What if
that
we-
direction out of random.
No. We go to Port Illidan, and then we start heading east to the other side of the continent. Then we take a
Just
boat.
run away.
Just run
we-
through all the lizard folk.
Then we take a boat to the Krakatish Empire, and we tell them we got a opportunity of a war, and they would most likely agree.
I feel like this is a common thread in your backstories. And I never believe you. You never have enough evidence to support like this.
Yeah, you didn't know these campaigns were linked. Zarik is brothers of Atrix.
And they both are part of mighty empires that will beckon call straight to him. He shows up, he's like, hey guys, sick giant war heading out. Just want you guys to know, maybe you should come check it out. And they're like, you know what? We will.
We love giant wars.
We're sending the army right now. But they don't tell you what side. And they show up and they're helping the lizards. Because they're lizards too, right?
Yeah, they're like, hey, these guys look trustworthy.
Now listen,
I'm
we're like
guessing-
little dragon people. That's different.
It would take a long time to get there, for one thing. For another, we would have to go through lots of lizard territory.
Alright,
And
then we
for a
go
third
around.
thing, we would have to then convince them. And for a fourth thing, we have already told Omira we would help her next.
That's fine. We can still help her. Just this time we can have an entire army backing us up.
Are you the president or emperor or something?
Listen, I thought
Well,
in the
normally
army
when
was
peasants walk in, they're like, "Hey, war," and they're like, "Yes, follow the peasant."
I mean, where I come from, war is a good opportunity to expand, get more money off of it. My people thrive off of war.
I say war. What is it good for?
Whoa.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
If you win, you get resources and more good stuff for your empire.
If they are truly in the empire that you say they are, I'm sure they are already aware of what's going on here. And are not going to suddenly have their minds change to whatever plan they are going to have based on the telling of some old soldier.
And to be honest, you're pretty similar to these lizard folk, which your people want to fight.
Listen, no, we're not.
Lizards.
These lizard
Listen.
folk,
No, not.
they're barbaric. They live in simple places. No, they're barbaric. We're nothing similar to. How dare you?
You should
even
say.
think about
It
comparing
was
me to
kind
one
of
of them.
racist, Saren.
Are you lizard stereotyping right now?
I guess. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Our lizard culture is nothing like their lizard culture.
That was thermocist.
So, on this trek, you make your way into the town of Port Illidan. You make your way near the town of Port Illidan.
Uh-oh.
Where's my...
You said in, you can't take it back.
Hand off the chest
You
piece.
inferred it was still there and fine.
As you get there, it seems fine from a distance, and as you go in, you can tell there has been some destructive activity. The docks are kind of a shambles. The stores are, some of them are kind of torn apart, as if like a big storm came through. A big storm, like hurricane-style storm came through. There is, when you were here last time, there was tons of refugees in this place, in this little village. This little port town was just overflowing with people. It has nowhere near as many people in it now. It's closer to what it was whenever Saren came through here a long time ago. There's still a decent amount of people, but there's not just like people camping out in the streets anymore. As people have finally moved out. But it does look like there's been some disaster things, and you can tell that the docks are pretty torn up. And the guards see you when you come in, and they just nods to you.
What happened here? Storm come through?
Yeah, it was the darndest thing. It just sort of... Well, I was getting ready to go to bed, and it just, like... I'd say night and day, but that's not what it was. It was a storm. And it just, like, the window shutter started slamming, and whew, a mess. I never seen anything like it around here. But yeah, it's, if you're looking for a boat, it might be a couple weeks before we can get that back together. Those docks are
What
pretty
happened
torn up.
to all the refugees that way here?
A lot of them packed up. We had a fella come in and got them rounded up and started heading for Fort Ivar.
Where's that? Do I know where that is?
It is south of where you guys just were.
How, like, they walked there? Can you walk there?
No, he had a boat. It didn't make a lot of
Unless
sense to me, but he had the papers. And he had a boat. He came in and brought him out. I guess he's just going to go in. Maybe he's going to... I don't know how he's going to get there, but... I don't ask questions. I just open the gate and check weapons and...
Do you know who this man was, or what his boat was? What boat name?
No, I'll watch the gate.
Is this someone who would know?
Oh, I'm sure you can talk with the sheriff. I'm sure he knows.
Refresh my memory. Are we on good terms with the sheriff? Because I know it went back and forth a little bit.
You're on good terms with the deputy. Sheriff didn't want like, was a small town sheriff, didn't want to deal with all this problem, and he's like, I'm sure it's fine. Just look the other way, it'll be fine, kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the deputy was the one who was on your side.
Okay, I remember we like solved this problem that he insisted he didn't have, but I couldn't remember if he thanked us or if he was just like, get out of here.
He wasn't mean about it. He just would rather not know about it.
Nonplussed.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We'll go in town. All right, fellas, what's the plan? Are we going to leave all these people here?
Sounds like the
I think they're
safest
safe
option.
here, and I'll give my sister some money to take care of everyone for a little while, and they can kind of figure out what their next move is. But we need to get back and help. And we gotta find Myra, help her.
Are we trying to rest here, or are we getting back immediately?
Riley,
Back.
so Sarah, where are you going?
I gotta go back. I gotta find Cerula.
Where should I go? Just stay here? Our home's gone.
I'm gonna get that back. It's gonna take time, but we're gonna get this back. We're gonna get things back to normal.
I don't think anything's gonna get back to normal.
If we want things to get back to normal, we gotta get an army.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop the Nostra.
You got
Riley, if you could, you can find a library or something and maybe do some research. I know you're always quick with the book, so.
Well, besides that gem, on what?
We need to figure out about the gym. We need to figure about more about the Nostra, what they're doing, what other powers they have, what that star in the sky means. as much as you can. And I'll keep in touch. At least once a week, I will send you a message and talk to you. Get a little update or something. But I just need to know you're safe, so I can go help these other people.
Well, I don't know where to even go. Like, the only library I know that would have anything like that would be like the academy. But that's a long way.
Here, I'm gonna give her 100 gold.
She looks at it. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
It's just gonna make things easier, and help all these other people. I mean, I know you're close.
I'm
to
sure
them.
you need that. You need this more than I do.
I just need to know you're safe. These other guys will take care of me, and I'll take care of them.
Okay. We'll do our best.
And like I said, I'll keep in touch. And if you need anything, you just tell me, and I'll be there as fast as I can.
Okay.
I'll give her a big hug.
She gives you a hug. Extra long hug.
Yeah. I love you, Riley. I'll see you.
I love you too.
So barbaric. All right.
I think I should try to find the deputy and see if I can get any information about this. Fort Ivar is landlocked. Doesn't make it would have to go right through. They would have to have passed us on the road to get there.
Mages?
The mages?
To the people that they claim they took the refugees away to Fort Ivar, but they couldn't have gotten there on the road, which is, as far as I know, the only way to get there.
They have a lot of hidden paths, right?
I'm just looking at the map.
They said they had a path for the mages to come. They could have a path for anybody to go other places, right? Ostensibly.
Well, they were coming from the north, though, right? The mages?
They're coming from the east-northeast. They're coming from, do you see the academy?
Yeah.
The Icarus Academy?
Yeah. Yes, they
So
could
you
have
can
gone
boat to Emir, and he said they have a path that goes south of where the line of the Wizard Folk are, south of the road you guys were on.
Oh, it's not on the map?
Right. It's a recently created path that they've been using.
But this guy came in a boat, right?
Right.
And the front guard didn't have any idea, like, where, like, how they left the town? He was just... he said he was watching the gate. Did they not come through the gate?
No.
See, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I'll try to just quickly find the deputy.
Okay. You see him. He's at the sheriff's constabulary.
I'll walk up to him. Hello.
He says, "Oh, I remember you."
Yeah, we just came back into town for a little bit. What happened to all the refugees?
He takes a minute. Says this general came in on a boat, and I wasn't happy about it. And it just didn't seem right. But he had the papers, and he and the sheriff seemed to hit it off. And so he packed him up on the ship, and he said he was going down to Fort Ivar. It doesn't make any sense to me. But he had a map. He had his plot, his course all plotted out in there. He's going by the Elf City down there, and through the river and up into that chromatic sea, and going that way is what he had planned. Didn't make any sense to me. And I'd never seen this guy before.
What kind of ship did he have?
A skinny thing. I don't know how you fit them all in there.
Do you have the name of the ship or the name of the men?
Oh yeah, I made sure I took notes. It was the torrent. Ah, yes, torrent. That was my first questionable thing. I know we had a lot of ships that we been repurposed. Of course, things get renamed, you know, but it's maybe you don't understand our traditions around here, but typically, I guess we have a thing for the letter I, because everything we have starts with the letter I. Whether it be ship, or your name of your horse, or the name of your daughter, it starts with an I.
Okay.
It's a lucky letter.
What?
Yes,
What was
it is.
what was the name of the captain?
He never gave me his name.
I thought he had paperwork.
Well, the sheriff wouldn't let me see it. He just flashed it to me and then went to the sheriff. The sheriff said he's all right and keep my mouth shut.
This sheriff of yours is something else, yeah?
Well, he's done an all right job, but, you know, occasionally I see some things I think I could do better. But
Do you think he would be willing to tell us?
Well, he
who
won't
this
tell.
man was?
He won't tell me. I don't know why he'd tell you.
Could you describe him for me?
Well, he fair-skinned fella, bald. Yeah, he had a goatee. He got a little bit of a little bump in his nose.
Does that sound familiar? Wait, am I not there?
You are there, Zarik, and it does sound familiar.
Yeah, why do we know that?
Is that the boat captain?
When Zarik was looking in the orb what's the name of the town? Rythin.
The robot town?
Yeah. He saw an imp. His guy. His what's his name? Mr. Feisty.
Yes, exactly.
He saw the imp face of Mr. Feisty, which then twisted into a bald, goateed, pale-faced man.
Where did he go?
Talking to the
Oh, do
deputy.
you know this man?
Who you talking
Talking to
to?
the sheriff. Where did he go?
Sheriff's not there.
The other guy that said it.
The deputy says, "Well, I already told you this. He went on a boat. He's supposed to be going to
To
Fort Ivar. Took all the refugees."
There's no river that leads to Arvor.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? Welcome to the conversation, little one.
Isn't that peculiar?
So strange.
Okay.
Well, if he says he was going through the chromatic sea, I mean, it seems that our fate will take us by there at some point. We can ask around. Maybe the gnomes saw him. Who is this person, Zarik?
Very, very bad man. You should not trust him. You should not listen to him. He is evil, and he brings misery everywhere he goes.
What makes him evil?
Killed my family.
What, this general killed your family?
He's not a general.
How do you know? I just said a bald man with a goatee. How do you know who it is? You walk into a mirror and you got 50 of them in the front gate. How do you know
Was
it's
that
this
him
one?
right there?
If I shave my head,
That's
am
the
I the guy
gem.
that killed your family? Sorry, no disrespect. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
You should have mobilized an army to take this guy out.
Should have told your people there was a war.
Sorry, David.
It's okay. It's okay. We will. I think we are on track to cross paths with this man. So, if we see him, let us know. Okay.
I will let you know. I want him dead.
You too, deputy.
Yeah, keep an eye out. If it is who Zarik says it is, then he comes back. Maybe. Well, I don't know what you would do. He already, at best, is a friend of your sheriff, and at worst is bewitched him. So
Yeah, what am I gonna do? Maybe if he's a general and I go up accusing him of something,
take notes.
well, I can do that.
Alright. Time for some other issues.
Hey, if you fellas are free, I know there's a lot of things going on. I've heard some news, but them critters that are hanging out south of here, you know, they built that effigy thing. Well, they're doing something over there, out there. We can't really do much about it, but luckily they haven't seemed to cross out of the trees into the farmland much. They've killed a few sheep and pigs, but I'm a little worried about what's going on over there. So if you fellas, if you don't mind, I'd certainly appreciate the help.
I'm afraid we may have more pressing matters. Lizard folk may be encroaching on this place soon if we don't help out.
Well, that's concerning.
Indeed.
Well, never mind my problems.
We don't want our problems to become your problems too.
Listen, I can shave off some of those problems if we just get more manpower.
I would love more manpower.
Exactly. See, now if you have us go east to another continent or to another island of the world, another nation that deals with this kind of stuff and are very good at it, I will gladly go.
Let me cut you off right there.
And send them.
If your idea is to bring another army into my town, then you can just take that thought of yours and just toss it in the trash can.
Doesn't exactly need to be
Because
in
it
your
ain't
town.
gonna happen.
I don't need to send an army in your town just to help defeat these lizard barbarians.
I don't know what to do about that. That's not my business.
He has a decent point, though, Zarik. What happens when your army comes in and the war is over? You think they just leave peacefully?
Yeah, if they show up and they like help them beat them, and then decide that they just helped us weak, and they're such a warring nation that they're willing to come drop of a hat send their entire army, then they're just gonna wipe all these people we're saving out, right?
I mean, do you want help or not? Is the true question.
Yes, they want help, not more enemies.
Not that kind of help.
Well,
I feel like we already settled for crap help once, so
Alright, fine. You know what? The nation I come from is very rich as well. We may not need manpower, but we can send you money.
are you the most important man alive? What are you doing in our?
Why are you here?
You drink Dos Equis?
I know you're a visitor in my empire, but let me tell you a little something about the Emir Empire.
Don't you even start.
There ain't an entity in the history of this world as strong and powerful as the Emir Empire.
You guys are nothing but barbarians.
So you all right, we're done.
Zarik, you're going to get everyone in trouble. You got to stop now.
Well, it's not my fault they're barbarians.
We are not barbarians.
You are everything you are everything as a barbarian as you can get.
He said, if you want me to lock him up, I can for a day or two.
I mean,
I will turn the other. I'll look away.
Put him in the drunk tank for a couple nights.
Are we staying here tonight to rest, or are we heading back right now?
I think we go back.
Okay, let's go.
I think we get there, and if we got the time, we can sleep there. But yeah, let's get back.
Okay, good. Nice to meet you, Riley. I'm glad to have met you. Good luck in the near future. Hopefully, we will see you again.
She gives you a hug.
Oh, hello.
She says, "You take care of him."
Of course.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
East
Really?
you go, but not that far east.
East
David.
we go.
Boom,
It
we're
is,
there. That was easy. We should have done that the whole time.
You've got just a couple more hours for sunlight, but you'll get there with a couple hours left of sunlight. But you make it back to the forts. And
Any change?
nothing from what you had before. Everyone is still
Okay.
getting set up, getting arrows set up on the side, on
No,
the walls.
No word from the mages.
No.
I'm gonna go find a spot to lay down.
Most of
understand
the
what the issue
camp
with my plan
inside is empty, and they've started to set up. They've got tents set up in there that they've started to convert into a sort of triage, sort of a place just for when if that time comes. Like what there normally was be a barracks, and they've switched it all out. But there's plenty of space in there for plenty of empty beds. What do you want to do here?
Okay, well, if he's gonna like try to start resting, then I will. Actually, I'm gonna if they'll allow me to, I will go up to the top of their tower and get my spyglass out and see if I can see if they've moved at all.
I have this tower on here if I can find it. Nope, not that one. Doesn't matter, I guess. But yeah, you can squeeze your way in there. They'll let you in.
Okay, I want to get the spyglass out and see if they've changed if I can see the formation, if they've changed it at all since we saw it.
They're too far out to be
Okay.
able to see them.
Oh, that's good news, I guess. Do you have any early warning systems? So if they start to come in the night, you will know?
Well, the thing about these lizards, the lieutenants up there with you, is they, from what we understand, they don't see well at night. And so we're counting on them having a bunch of torches out if they do decide to come this way. So I think if they do come at night, then that's going to be good for us. Better for us. So we hope they come at night if that's when they're going to be here.
Don't underestimate them. I don't think that they are I don't think they have complete free will. I think that those robed figures, call them Nostra or whatever, I think that they are more in control than we realize.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. They're nothing like the lizards used to be.
Just saying, maybe if they don't if they think you don't expect them to come at night, maybe they come at night without torches. Just be ready for anything.
We are.
Okay. Is there an alert if we are under attack? Is there a bell or something? I'm going to go meditate for a while.
Yeah, you'll know.
Okay. I'll head back down and find a spot that's like within earshot of within vision of Saren if I can, and meditate.
Okay, yep, you can find a spot together.
All right.
Okay, night is setting in. There's a lot of commotion outside, but it's pretty quiet. A lot of movement, but quiet movement. And is anyone on watch? Or are you all going to just get your rest? If you so choose, this could be an 8-hour full rest. Because you are in the security and comfort of a guarded fort.
Oh,
I mean, at some point, I will get my 4 hours of meditation, but otherwise, anytime I'm not meditating near him, I'll be up like near the walls looking out. So,
okay.
I'll look out for a little while, but then go to bed.
It's a tense but quiet night as your 8 hours go by. You walk along the wall, and the guards are expecting them to come any minute, and so there's a lot of tenseness, and there's not like occasionally they'll have some shifts. People go back and get a quick nap and get back up on the wall, but everyone's pretty tired and stressed.
Yeah.
On the wall, but nothing comes, and the sun begins to rise.
The whole army was like not that far from here, right?
Couple hours.
Okay. Well, we wake up. What are we gonna do?
did they get a long rest?
Yep.
We go east.
Man, I can't believe I'm still tired after that.
So exhausted.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty. It's
exhausted.
amazing. You can like get your arm chopped off, and you stab through the heart. You wake up the next morning, and you're fine.
Yeah,
Not this time. Now I'm tired.
that's what I do every time I get a fatal injury. I'm just like, dang.
I
Better
really
just
need a
I need
nap.
8
I
hours
need to
should
sleep
fix
this
this.
off. Yeah, 8 hours. Solid 8 hours, and I'll be good. Ain't nothing a good sleep.
Yeah, they
doesn't
tell
fix.
you not to sleep directly after a concussion, but I found it works quite well.
Yeah.
I found a good 8 hours. Clears up everything, dude. I cancer last year. Just took a sleep for 8 hours.
All right, is the formation in view yet? Have they moved at all?
You don't see him.
Okay. All right, what's the plan, fellas?
I'm gonna
I
keep
have my
resting.
original plan that we can still go.
We have this.
You know,
Continue resting.
I'm actually allergic to going east, it turns out. It was a real struggle to get back to this fort.
Listen, if anyone's allergic to going east, it's Croc.
He's allergic to everything. That's why his tummy aches all the time.
Is there any more messages we need to send out?
Yeah, no.
I guess I can
Probably.
send another one to Omira and let her know where we are.
That
Sam?
might not. Letting Omira know where we are might not be the best idea since she's like hanging out with someone we don't know and then
Well,
they're asking about us.
We owe her now, and she knows that. So the
Yes,
longer we
sure.
put that off, maybe she becomes not so happy with us.
Yeah, but we don't have to tell her that we're here per se, right? Doesn't that just unnecessarily endanger the people we're around?
That's true. We could ask her if she wants to meet us somewhere.
That would be a good one.
Who this Marin is would be nice to know.
Yeah. Those are
Yeah,
all
let me-
good questions.
Let me go ahead. I'll send a message to her. Hey, Omira. Ran out of spells yesterday. Who's Marin? Where do you want to meet? You have 25 words to reply to this message.
Oh, there's one word left.
Hey, Saren. Not Siri.
Not Siri. I heard that. Siri's like, hey, what's up? What do you need? I
Um,
can't give you any good answers, but
25 words.
I went to the hinge of the moon, but you weren't there. Marin is a good friend I met here at this little camp. He he's curious about you. Do I 5 left?
If you want to use them.
Tell me where you are.
She would like to know where we are.
what's somewhere we can get within a day's travel?
Your foster parents are dead.
I honestly think we should just be honest and tell her. I mean, what if she shows up here? She can't just take us away from helping these people. Maybe she'll help. If not, she can watch.
She could also show up here and blow us all up.
I thought you liked Marin. Sonny Cheeks.
Omira?
Who is
Yeah,
married?
Omira.
I do like her, but now I did like her. Now she's hanging out with a random stranger and we don't know. And she's in that town where we came from, where we stole a bunch of people.
She's very aloof and seemingly unpredictable.
That is true.
I enjoyed her company when she was around. I am now skeptical.
Welcome to the group.
I think I'm just going to tell her where we are.
Okay.
I'm with Cheeks here.
Maybe if you do decide to tell her, maybe reiterate that we We're getting the refugees to safety. We were not trying to dodge her.
That's a good point. All right, Sid.
This has become just the sending campaign.
Yep. Sending is the best spell.
Maybe ban
Call her
sending
up.
next time.
Sending's great. Especially whenever the
We-
person you talk to doesn't understand spells.
Yeah.
We are getting the refugees to safety. Possibly might have to fight a big army. Really interested to meet your buddy. Ready to help you as soon as we are finished.
Ready to help you as.
Help me? I thought you wanted help from me. Help from me. What do you mean, refugees? I'm really confused. Where are you?
5 left if you want them.
We can meet. We can meet at Hinge.
What did she say?
She seems a little. Now I'm skeptical. Thanks, Sunny Cheeks.
I've always been
She acted
skeptical.
like she didn't remember the refugees. I mentioned them, and she was like, "What do you mean?"
Oh no.
That
Marin is Klemp. Do not tell her anything.
I didn't tell her where we were. They want to meet at the Hinge.
I thought we killed Clint.
Yes, but another one. The same.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Clint 2.0. I got you.
Elmira is compromised.
I'm not going to send her anything else.
That's a wise idea.
But
Oh, my, yeah. Well, it's a double win for us.
no, I don't. I think that's a big loss for us. If the Nostra now have an adult dragon with possibly amplified powers, that is not good.
It is quite bad.
The more reason why we should get more men. More.
The first time you messaged her, did she recognize? Did it sound like she had talked to you recently?
She recognized me.
Did it sound like, oh, I haven't heard from you in forever?
No.
They changed the past 24 hours of my memory, if they did for her as well. Maybe she doesn't remember talking to us.
No, she said that she remembered me asking for her help. Maybe she doesn't remember the deal.
The internet.
I am certain that's what happened.
Well, it looks like we just got out of a big help.
That's what I was thinking. We don't have to help her now.
No, that's not right. We got to help her. She helped us. But we got to deal with this, and then I think I really don't want to go back to the Hinge.
It's certainly a trap. We do not want to go back there. It took us a couple messages to figure out, but we did.
I felt like I knew right away, guys.
You could have said something.
I did say something. I said,
You
this
said
sounds
that you
really
were skeptical.
suspicious.
You didn't figure it out. You were just worried.
Listen,
Okay.
we take a boat to Arquay Union.
Oh,
They may be
God, this
barbaric.
again.
They may be barbaric, but it's more man. More men. They're close.
What,
If you-
Zarik, what is what's the name of your empire?
Crocketish Empire.
Where's the port?
The port.
Yeah.
We have the closest one is to here, maybe, Lebanon.
Lebanon?
Lebanon, yes.
Lebanon?
Lobinum? Lobinum?
Lebanon?
Lebanon.
That is a long
Yes.
ways away.
It is long.
It's so far away. That's further east than I have ever been. That is so
That's-
far east that it might be shorter to go west.
I'm telling We can go west to
What
Arkway
if-
Union.
I send a message to Omira and tell her that we're taking the refugees to your empire, Missouri.
Wait, what?
That'll totally get your team involved.
Okay.
And get these people off our trail then for a little
Well,
while.
we could tell Elmira that's where we are.
Exactly. Yes, we could.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. It's a good idea. And then we don't have to go there.
Yes, we'll send someone else
That is-
there. Great.
That is precisely correct. Yes.
It's all coming around full circle. It's going to work out, Zarik.
I don't know how I feel about this though.
If your people are strong, it'll be no problem. And if they're not strong, they're all
Well, I mean,
dead.
Do we?
They're
quick
strong.
DM
They-
question: do we have this world map? Like our characters? Do we have?
Yeah. You know, this would be sort of like a pretty basic map.
Okay.
Like you know of like where some major towns are, and you know where the empires are. As long as you had any sort of schooling or any sort of area anywhere near a city.
Exactly.
Okay.
Zerk smart.
Some of the information further away from where you're from, like being that side of the world, might be a little more fuzzy. You just know there's kobolds around and maybe something else.
We go. All right. I'm not.
You
Okay,
seem
that's-
unsure.
There might
Another DM
people.
question.
It'll cause a lot of death for civilians.
Man, I tell you what, it sounds like your empire's not as strong as you said it was.
They are very
This is really
strong.
backtracking on this
really sus
instantaneously.
immediately.
You
Listen,
know
Coming
what?
straight
Don't,
from-
don't,
I
don't
just
even
don't
worry
want
about it. I
civilians-
won't tell her that you're where your people are.
All right, listen. You want to frame him? We send her to the Krakatish Empire, to Lebanon. If you want to get our people involved, that's the only way your empire survives. Is if
This
someone
isn't
else gets
my-
involved.
I think we're just here just to help. Like this is my empire.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna leave Omira
Where she is.
on the back burner for right now. We can just deal with what we got to do right here, and we'll worry about that after we get done with this because we're in a pretty sticky situation. So I'm gonna
Well,
rest
just telling
again
you know.
for as long as I can. Hopefully I got time.
I do have another DM question. Based on my experience, would I have been able to have been convinced that Klemp was not my friend at the time?
I mean, nothing has changed. No spell was broken. And you still vividly remember having an ale with Klemp, spending the day at the tavern with Klemp. But you know it was made up. Just altered your memory.
But yeah, because like the charm broke. But before that charm was broken, do I think that it would have been possible to convince me that that was?
You never felt compelled to believe he was your friend. He just was. You just remember him being your friend. You don't feel like there was any magic involved. I mean, obviously there was, but you don't feel like there was any sort of compulsion on your end.
Okay, I don't think that even if you told Omira that wasn't real, I don't think she would even. I don't think that even that she wouldn't believe you. I don't think that. I think she would think that was such an outrageous statement that it would not have any grip on her. It would be like saying this sun doesn't exist or something.
You can send her to the Krakatish Empire. Listen.
So until we can get close to her and you can break that charm like you broke it for me, I don't think.
Yep. Well, we did need to get close to her, so we might have to go back to the hinge after this.
Well,
we do need to help her.
What if we
can
did
get her
what?
out of their clutches? That's even better.
Well, what if we did what your original plan was and send her to the Kruggish Empire?
I don't think that they would believe us. That is so far away.
Oh yeah,
That's super far.
that was kind of just a joke, but
We were kind of just messing with you.
You jerks! All right, we wait for.
That would be like. Essentially, that would be like it took us all day to get from Yukon to Oklahoma City. But don't worry, tomorrow we'll be in Beijing.
Yeah. We were in warp. They just caught us.
Yeah, as soon as you fall out, you'll be there.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah, we might have to go back to the head. The henge? The henge.
Well, what if
Henge.
we still need more manpower? Emir
There's-
Consortium, however you say
I put my
it,
hand.
is
I
not
put my
gonna
hand on
survive.
his shoulder and I say, "Listen, friend, there is no more help. We are the help. We are the reinforcements."
I feel like we can convince someone.
Yeah,
I feel-
there are armies that are fighting that war. That is not our role. We are a strike force. We do not fight armies. We do what we have been doing. We sneak behind enemy lines and
we prevent
Free
armies from having to fight.
Listen, both
That's
our
the
goals
goal
are the
here.
same: is to defeat the enemy. The front line, the back lines, doesn't matter. The same goal applies.
And honestly, we know that these lizard men are being controlled. If we can find a way to snap them out of it, stop them from being held, who's to say
Or the-
they won't just they don't
Back
just
off.
want to go home or help us against the Nostra? I'm sure they'd be pretty pissed to find out that they've been swindled for so long.
could we capture one and you could do the thing that you did to me?
That's what I was wanting to try and do that, and I have another spell that I can. Once I get another rest, I can put it in the lineup. Calm emotions. I might be able to break something that way too. At least calm them down.
Try. It would be far more difficult to capture one now with the patrols increasing in size, but maybe.
Yeah, we need to try and do that.
Seem to have an insane amount of resources too.
Who?
These lizard people, like, where do they keep coming from?
Where did they get all those horns?
Well, once
Yeah,
you
where
go,
are they making all
once you
these
go over the
horns?
once you go over the mountains, that's where the lizardmen's home is. They've never been able to get over that hump.
The Sleth Kingdom is where they came from, right?
No, Tempest.
Oh, Tempest.
Slethers
okay.
are sneakmen.
Oh, okay.
Yanti?
So the Ikora Farms was theirs, correct?
Yeah.
That was
That was
furthest-
originally Emir, and that was conquered by the Tempest.
How long ago?
Yes, it was recent. That was when the war began. That actually happened on our map making night.
Okay.
That was within the last 10 years.
But this thing is newer than that, right? Where they're all sort of different.
That's what a couple of people have said. The old man said that, and someone else. I think the lieutenant here at the fort said that. Told you that they had taken the farms, or at least part of the farms, and they've been able to basically keep them held back. Because it was like a sneak attack. They came in and took it, and we're holding it. But then all of a sudden, they just came through and started pushing back real quick.
What did the Nostra come from those breaches in the realms? And that's what happened in the lizard homelands, and that's how they were taken over. We can't allow that thing to unleash whatever it can unleash on us. We got to get to the hinge and stop it.
We gotta push more towards the inland though, other than just a hinge.
I wonder. Have you considered sending a message to Hope to see if anything has changed there?
I can do that.
Here's another question: how come they're targeting only lizardmen and not everyone?
Well, I think the thing is with that, if it is these rifts, maybe theirs just opened up first.
Okay,
Maybe.
but we also know that the trick that they use, it works on any humanoid as well as they do. They could be using their prisoners and start doing that trick. They get the prisoners with them.
Well, there's got to be some sort of, if they're all, because I mean, we're talking armies here. That would take an eternity to cast that many spells on that many people. There's got to be some sort of
Well, there must be something more going on, yes.
something generating, yeah, magic power to control.
All right,
That
so
many
what if we
people.
sneak? What if we sneak behind? We get through the mountains somehow. We sneak through the mountains. We can get
To
through.
get into the lizard man territory, I mean, that's just suicide. There's no way we come back from that. If and they're all like that.
Maybe they are not all like that. For all we know, they could be fighting against these people there too.
That could be, yeah. Different regiments or something. One regiment got taken over by these Nostra, and they're just trying to build out their
One
power.
regiment is this big. How could they have never won in all these years?
It could have been in their entire town. It could have been their entire front-facing army. If they sent an army to take over the farms 10 years ago, I'm sure they left it fortified. You wouldn't take an outlying community of Emir and just leave it undefended.
Hmm.
Try to find the lieutenant again.
Okay.
Have you caught any of these lizard men alive or done any investigation into why they have changed?
You can't catch them alive. They fight to the end. And then as soon as if we had one, but as soon as he woke up, he slit his own throat. It's not possible.
Has there been any word from the Tempest? Has there been a formal declaration of war, or
They took our farmland. It's
But there's not
declaration
been
enough.
any talks
10
or
10 years
peace
ago,
or
right?
anything.
We were friends. We were allies, trade partners through the mountain. There's a tunnel they dug through that mountain, and we trade with them all the time. And then, well, I don't know what happened, but they just poured through there and took our farm. Sneak attack.
Have you ever had?
Fighting ever
Were they
since.
like this then?
Like, you mean like crazy?
Yeah.
No, it's something different.
Did you ever have lizardmen ever before the war come tour around your cities?
Tour?
Come to your cities and take a look at it before your war.
Yeah, like I said, we were friends. These lizards, they love telling stories. That's all they do. They don't shut up. They just always tell stories and songs, and they're always singing. But I haven't heard a peep from these things in the past few months. Whatever they are.
Do you still have lizardmen in Ymir?
I don't know. I haven't been back home in a long time.
Okay, well, I don't know anyone to send a message to in the Tempest area, so I don't think we are going to be able to find out if this is a separate thing or not, but you could ask Cope. Or, what's his name? Our first patron,
Varney?
Varney. You could send a message to Hope or Varney, even see if anything has changed where they are.
Whatever you think. I mean, I'll send a message to.
I don't know. I'm grasping at straws. I don't.
You want him to send a message to that crazy gnome?
I feel like we don't have enough information, and I don't know where else to get it.
I'm telling you, past those mountains.
I think what we need to do first
You get
is
past
just
those
try and
mountains.
capture one of these guys. Because and let me take a rest and get the right spell for this, but I can calm him down.
That's
As long as we can get
as
one.
solid a plan as anything else.
And then I can end the charm on him as well. If in fact they are charmed.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like a solid plan. I think the hardest part of that is now that we have meddled in their plans, they are in larger
that
groups.
The jig is up.
How are we supposed to only capture one?
Well, I'm
without killing,
gonna
like
rest
10.
for as long as I can, try to get my spells back. And
You're going to try to
Things
send a
over.
message before that happens?
who should I
And
send
honestly,
one
I don't
to?
know if we should message Hope or Varney, but if something is going on there, and they were able to tell us about it, that would be... I mean, likely there's nothing different going on there, but if there is, that's big information I feel like we should know.
I like Hope a lot, so I'm gonna message Hope.
Okay.
How should I go about this?
Yeah,
I would just say that things are strange here. Lizard folk are acting very strange. There's war breaking out. Has there been any major change where you are?
Hey, Hope. It's Saren. Things are strange. Lizard men are crazy. Nostra's back. Have there been any changes there? You have 25 words.
I know how this works.
That's 5 words right there, Hope. Come on.
Hello, Saren. All is well here.
Good news.
They're busy trying to get... Is this 16?
You have
Steam Cliff
that many left.
uncovered. Mostly quiet.
All right. It sounds like everything's all right with Hope. They got Steam Cliff uncovered.
That is good.
out of character, you guys would know that this Crystal City that they're looking for, they're the ones who originally fought the Nostra and won, right?
Did we know that?
They fought Xerix.
That was the Nostra, though, right? It's like the same thing.
They look similar.
Okay.
Nostra is connected to Xerix. Do we know that they fought that? Is that something that was in Ulf's vision that he didn't tell us?
Ulf had. I think he may have spilled a little bit of it for you guys.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
So there might be answers if they're looking for that Crystal City and they think it's around there. There may be answers to be had there as well. Just tossing another coin out there to see,
Sure.
My character now would not know any of this. So.
I say all that and sound really smart.
You're not familiar with the word. I don't think you're familiar with the word Nostra.
Yeah,
but they do look the same as some folks that were in fighting with the Warforged. The I can't. My mind went. The whatever I called them. What's the name of the Warforged?
God.
Maru.
Maru. I think.
Maru. They seemed so integral to the story back then. But now we know you don't even remember the name, so let's not go over there.
So, everybody give me a history check.
Kidoki.
Okay. I'm good at history.
I'm not.
Well,
Ooh,
As
19.
as you're reminiscing of what has come and gone.
I rolled a 20.
Okay. You hear them talking about Maru, and you know a little bit of the ancient tongue, and you know that Maru means death.
I suppose that's something I'd kind of casually say. Hey, did you know that word means?
Really?
Like every guy who speaks 2 words of Spanish sees a word on a sign, he goes, "Hey man, you know what that says?"
It says muerta.
That's muerta.
And you also know, with that 20, I'll give you this with a 20, that there's this ancient stories about this this book that gives eternal life.
I've heard of that book. The
Called
character has
the
it.
Thriv Maru.
Ah!
Means life
Oh!
and death.
God, it's all coming back around.
All looping in together.
Yep. So he says that. Like, maybe the Maru were created to be some sort of Deathbringer? But they are free now. We've seen this.
Well, this was a long time ago, so
the Maru were made by, what was his name? Xerix?
Controlled by, yep.
Controlled by Xerix. And he was out to, they're called Deathbringers. What if they were out to kill people that have read from the Thrimaru? Maybe ancient heroes or something that long life saved the world a few times. And that's what he was out to kill.
I suppose.
As
Hope-
the
Hope
guitar is
mentioned,
strumming.
Yeah.
Hope mentioned something about being really, really old. And her father. Maybe we need to try and meet her dad.
Added to the list.
I just remembered that at the end of last campaign, I said Victor probably would have taken that, but then he would after a while he would have started looking for a way to undo it. now I think that Victor is involved with this.
Victor's the bad guy. That would be
Victor
that
is
would be great.
Xerix.
Well, I can't use it now.
I think we're at an impasse here, boys.
Well, we're just resting. We are going to try to find someone, but we're just talking about all the things in the interim.
All quiet. Next day.
That's all very, very big picture stuff. It's
We get the long rest.
zoom back in.
Yeah, nighttime hits around the end of, so right just before dawn, or actually just right after dawn. You start getting a murmur amongst the wall folk, and Eru, you're on the wall, and you hear it, and the word going around is the army is moving, but it's not moving this way. It's going south.
What's south of here?
A lot of
South
nothing.
of
A lot of nothing.
Towards Fort Ivar?
Fort Arvar is the closest one.
So that's south.
It's southeast,
right?
yeah.
Unless you're trying to go
They're
to Port
basically at
Lalon.
that crossroads right now. That's where their army was just before that.
Oh no.
They could be trying to head to the capital.
Capital's east.
Wait, the crossroads is at Ivory, right? That road from
No, not that.
Ivory
Not that
goes south?
crossroads. Not crossroads. The split. The Y.
Oh, okay. That goes to the Iacora Farms, and if you take the north route,
If you follow Port Illidan out and it forks,
yeah,
that's where the
and
army
the
is.
north route goes towards Iacora Farms, and the south route goes
right.
Okay.
And they're just going south. That's the word.
Straight south, like not on the road.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's
I'm gonna
hence
try to
the
find the
murmur
lieutenant.
amongst, and you hear
I'm
that
gonna-
all the time. What are they doing? What? And so are they kind of flank us? What? That's what's going around.
I'm gonna try to find the lieutenant and see if he has any ideas about what is happening.
I don't have a clue. You want to volunteer for a mission? Figure out what they're doing. Follow them. Report back.
I can send messages back.
Sure.
Seems like we're on a mission,
We'll
boys.
let you know what we can do.
Bring me back to my military days.
I hope to see you again.
Well, you made it all the way in there and all the way back. I'm sure we will.
All right, we will try to keep you apprised. Good luck.
Stay safe out there.
All right, boys.
Roll
we have a new
out.
objective.
Find a wizard that has found familiar. New objective.
What do you want to do?
Sounds like we're going south.
You're going.
Give
And I'm
me
no longer exhausted. All right.
perception. Yeah, it is dawn, early dawn of whatever the next day is. Give me
Right.
perception, survival,
I'll do perception.
I will help with the
Sure.
perception.
whatever else you think may help you.
12.
22 on survival.
Yeah, I probably don't need to make a survival if his
Yeah,
survival's
you can find your way just fine. And you can get sort of close. You don't want to get too close to alert anything because it is daylight, and it's not like very heavily forested or anything down here. It's pretty. It's like driving through the middle of Kansas. There's nothing around. Occasionally there's a little puddle of water and there's a clump of trees, but for the most part it's just grassland.
There's lots of Flint Hills out there.
And I don't know what a Flint Hill is.
It's in Kansas.
I don't know what that means.
I
It's
didn't
just,
know that was in
Oh,
Kansas.
it's the hills that you drive through. They're made of largely flint. Never mind.
there's no hills in Kansas. It's flat, and you can see for miles. Especially like coming like from Colorado, coming that way. Ain't nothing out there. Anyway, so you can see the group, but you don't dare get too close. Saren is letting you know that you can see pretty well out here. And you can see a good sized formation. And there's probably 300, maybe even more, that are marching south, letting up a pretty good dust cloud. They're not moving quick, but they're
Steady.
steady.
And just moving straight south, like no.
Yeah, just through the grasslands south.
Are there any stragglers?
No. If you want to, you don't have a very good sight. You're too far away to get much of a sight on what you can see.
I got a spyglass.
Yeah, it's just with the dust kicking up and the poor perception roll, you just aren't getting anything else.
They need to wet the dirt out there. It's too dusty.
River's heading to bed, so we're gonna take a break.
Okay,
All
All
right.
right.
I'm gonna get water.
Be back in a minute.
I will too.
Button pushed. Oh yeah, we're supposed to end early tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's right, you gotta get up early. All right, yeah, we'll
I gotta go.
I forgot about that. We won't end right now, but we'll end soon. Let's end on a high note.
What's the high note? Tell us the high note.
Oh, I can't. Then it wouldn't be a high note. If I spoil it.
If I
Okay, so you are you're trailing behind. You're a good distance from this group, and you can see they're just a steady pace heading south. You guys are going through the grasslands, trying to keep your distance. You've got the coast on your a little ways to your right, and they're a little ways to your left. And you're following this group. To continue throughout the day. If anybody wants to change anything, they are staying their course. continue on and on. If you guys want to change something, let me know.
Nope. I think we're good. No, maybe not.
How? So if we have this world map or a basic understanding of what's going on, how far south? Like, how far are we between the road and like essentially the coast? But I know we won't run directly into the coast if we go straight south. But
right now, you are after.
About where the I is in Illidan?
Yeah, you're about the capital I. You're just above the capital I after a day of this.
And there's nothing, right?
There's nothing out here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep.
And
following.
around dusk, they begin to unpack some bags and set up a camp. And if they just find it's all clearing. They just find a flat spot, which is anywhere, and they plop things down, and you can see them getting things all set up. There's no horses. They don't have any pack mule or anything. They are carrying packs. A few of them are, it seems like. And they just start setting up their camp. Again, you're a long way out. Spyglass can go in there, and you can just barely make out figures. You can't even really hard tell they're lizardmen, but you may have figures that are setting up this camp.
They're just moving along. They're not
doing anything. They've sun has set or is setting, and that as this is setting, they are setting up the camp.
Where are the Nostra?
You can't really tell.
Did you see them at all?
You've not gotten close enough to be able to see, to be able to identify what's what.
Okay. Should I try to get closer while it is nighttime?
Yeah. Here, I'll give you Eyes at Night, and I'll cast Guidance on you. Maybe pass it out of Trace on them.
Okay.
No, you have to stay with them. Never mind.
Yeah, I would have to stay with him, but I could do
Well,
that.
you could turn into like a little spider and ride on his shoulder.
Yeah.
That way, you're real sneaky. But that's up to you.
If you need the help, I can totally do that.
What kind of animals are out right now and during the night? Can we see any?
Animals are tricksy.
Animals, a lot of rats, moles,
Field mice.
See the occasional hawk.
This guy's
one of the
hawk.
rats.
Yeah, I'm one of the rats.
Get out of here. Ashley.
Does it look like any of them are breaking off from the group to go, I don't know, hunt or just go to the bathroom or are they all staying pretty close together?
You watch them for 30 minutes as they set up the camp. They set the camp up pretty uniformly set the camp up, and they've got a few dozen tents set up amongst them. And it seems like they've got, as it starts to get darker, they seem to have groups of 2 that start patrolling around the outside. But they're groups of 2, but there's multiple groups of them, sort of just walking in circles around the outside. But they don't really go outside of a perimeter of 100 feet. They seem to stay in that little area. But for the most part, you can pretty much see everything out there, minus vision being a problem.
Okay, well, we could attempt to take out one of those dual patrols, but I have a feeling that would get us a lot of attention.
Too much attention.
I think for now we should just observe.
Yeah,
Very well.
let's do that.
Are you coming, Sunny Cheeks?
If you need my help, yes.
Could disguise him as a hawk and get into flybys.
Okay, I'll just go to be safe.
Okay, are you going as you or as a spider or critter of some kind?
I'll be a critter of some kind so that I'm not harshing your stealthy vibes.
Are you going to pass without trace and then become that?
Yes.
Isn't that concentration? Can you maintain concentration in a critter spell form?
I'm pretty sure you can maintain concentration in a critter form.
You just can't. I think you just can't cast while you're in the critter form.
Yeah, once I'm there, I'm all right.
Shift and you're good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
You do that. It's a good
Okay.
30. It's a good 30 minutes to get up to them.
How long does Pass Without Trace last?
It lasts. Let me tell you. Pass Without a Trace. 3rd level spell. Wait, no, it's not a 3rd level spell.
I think it's
It
second
lasts
level.
up to an hour. 2nd level. An hour. That good? That long enough?
Yeah, it says transforming doesn't break your concentration on a spell you've already cast, however. So
It's about 30 minutes to get there, so you can but you could, if you get a chance, moving quicker if you want to not like 30 minutes stealth on your way up there, or you could take the disadvantage stealth check and rush since you're gonna have the bonus.
I mean, I'm
But
pretty
30
quick.
minutes there, 30 minutes back. You could get there in an hour.
Can I get there any faster, being as fast as I am?
You could, but you got to be within his range.
He's going to be a
I'm
square
gonna
on
be
my
a little
shoulder.
guy
Right?
Oh, yeah.
sitting on him.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you can get there. We'll say 20 minutes. Did you move
Okay.
what 40 feet around?
My walking speed is 45, and I can bonus action and action dash. So.
Yeah, you're like 30%, 40% faster.
He's the fastest man alive.
It's like the guys
Taps into the speed force.
Speed walking.
Yep. Even going, yeah, so going half speed.
Yeah,
would
you
still
can get
be-
there. You have plenty of time to walk around. You can get back.
Yeah, half speed would still be 67 and a half feet per round.
I was about to say, I wonder what my screen went all black when I got up for the break, and I came back and I was trying to figure out what happened, but nothing happened, and I just realized Tailspire is closed.
Oh. I was like changing the map too. I changed it to nighttime and
Oh yeah, because you're GM, so you can still be in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I blame it on Hesha. Requested his.
yeah, he did that. He did that EVE
Tailspire's like
Online
Eve
comment.
Online. That's it. I can't handle this.
Me and Isaac were talking about EVE Online earlier today.
Oh yeah.
You should tell Hesha to stop bullying me in Polytopia.
We were talking about yeah, Squeaky Yoda. I didn't add any cameras yet.
Yet.
There could be cameras on every map.
Okay, so you trudge your way forward. Give me a stealth.
That's you.
Which
Plus 10.
actually you don't really need. So
I was going to say, if I fail this,
yeah,
38.
You say 38. Okay, so
Yeah.
you can get close to the camp, and you make out that there's a good. It's hard to make it, but between 300 to 400. They've gained a few numbers since the time you saw them last. There's a central camp, which seems to be kind of like a important folk camp, a tent. I mean, in the middle, and all the other tents are sort of surrounding it. So you got one big tent in the middle, and a bunch of tents surrounding it. The central tent is, well, you can tell it's just sort of the leader tent. As far as outside, there's a dozen of them all together, but they're all in groups of 2, just making a patrol, just counterclockwise circle around the camp. And they're about 100 feet from the camp, just walking around.
About how many feet in between each group?
About 100 feet between each one. Right, that's 600, probably more than that. Let's say 150 feet between each one.
Okay. All right.
And they're anywhere from 80 to 100 feet away from the camp. And they're just sort of encircling the thing.
Okay.
Inside the camp's pretty quiet. Everyone has, by the time you have watched them cast and then moved your way forward, they have all pretty much settled down and everything is quiet.
Do I see the Nostra?
You do not.
Can I see in that central tent?
You can move to where you can get a sight in there if you want.
I would like to do that.
Okay. You move over to the side and you can get a sight kind of in there. Like there's a door flap. It's partially open.
Mhm.
And you can see there is you see the robes passing by the light from inside. And
Okay.
you also see a familiar face of Omira inside the central tent.
I'm
That's a
sorry,
high
I'm
note. That's where we'll
looking
end
at
for
it,
the
it's
night.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Alright, hear me out.
So
You go in.
the sleepy boys can get to bed.
mildly
Oh, okay.
sleepy. I just know I'll be extra sleepy in the morning if I have to.
See, in days when I have to get up early, it doesn't matter when I go to bed. I'm still tired.
Honestly, like I've gotten to where I feel a lot better in the morning because I wake up so early to work out now.
I ruined it when I was, because I have a terrible schedule, because I stream all night and then I wake up late. And then when we did that vacation, we were not only were we on the East Coast, so time was earlier, but on vacation you have to get up early because otherwise everything's closed. You can't spend the day doing things. And so when I came back, I was like an early bird. I was like awake, I woke up at 7 in the morning a couple days just on my own.
God,
like a crazy person. They didn't last long.
Broke it already.
Yep.
I usually wake up at 6:30 on my own.
Did a 24-hour charity stream to recorrect.
I'm not 40 yet, like Isaac. So
I started doing it because I started watching the stock market every morning. So
that's a sign of your age.
Yep.
yeah,
That's
it is.
the stock market app and the Wall Street Journal on the other hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sitting on a park bench feeding some pigeons.
In my
At IBD.
pinstripe suit.
Yeah. In your pinstripe suit. Yeah. For sure.
All right, so we'll be back next week.
Next week.
And Krog will be feeling better. I guarantee it.
Podcast tomorrow.
I don't guarantee it.
That's quite the guarantee.
Oh, he'll be here.
We'll be around on Monday too. This week.
That's
with
right.
The starting of a mini campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. With the party that doesn't know what they want to do with their lives.
That's right. And players who don't know how to play their characters.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
I know how to play my character just fine.
Michael
just cast
felt that, though,
cantrips.
I can tell.
Yep, my guy's just doing the base attack. He has all these abilities. He's so confused. He just rolls d20s and hopes.
Hopes for the best.
Will this work?
All right, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.